Vaccines save approximately between 2 and 3 million lives every single year in the United States alone. People around the globe have misconceptions concerning vaccine safety. A lot of people are worried about the dangers and safety of them. They believe that vaccines will do more harm to their children than good. They are put through several different tests to ensure their safety. Although people have many misconceptions about vaccines, they are well tested and proven to be safe. Vaccines typically are incredibly safe. Scientists collectively agree that vaccines are rigorously tested well enough to guarantee a high degree of safety. Scientists know that vaccines for influenza are usually safe. Rigorous testing and tight safety constraints ensure the safety of the vaccines. Because of vaccines, few of the preventable diseases exist today. In addition, routine vaccines are incredibly important to everyday health. It is estimated that just 9 of the routinely recommended vaccines prevent 42,000 deaths and 20 million cases in every birth. Even turning down the most routine vaccines puts you at risk of contracting a possibly deadly disease. Unfortunately, anti-vaccine movements bring back the occurrence of preventable diseases. To appreciate the true benefit of vaccine acceptance, we need to not only look to Europe, where the anti-vaccine movement has led to high levels of vaccine refusal and reoccurrence of vaccine-preventable diseases such as measles. Parents refuse to administer vaccines to their children out of fear of the adverse effects. This course of action exposes children across the world to diseases that could otherwise be easily prevented. In short, vaccines are both safe and crucial to the well-being of children and adults. While observing test groups for vaccines, some illnesses arise. Generally, such illnesses are coincidental and unrelated to the vaccine itself. To avoid such occurrences, the test subjects are usually healthy people to ensure the accuracy of the test. Scientists place several constraints and limits on their tests as well. They make sure that they do their best to make vaccines as safe as possible. Also, the CDC confidently states, "We make sure vaccines are safe for people." The Center for Disease Control is a large organization that checks and is checked by many different institutions. There are many different organizations that ensure the safety of both new and old vaccines, in addition to the CDC stated. The CDC and the FDA continually work to make already safe vaccines even safer. Organizations like the CDC are always striving to improve the safety of already existing vaccines. They understand the importance of vaccine safety, both the constraints of testing and the improvements done on existing vaccines ensure the safety of vaccines. There are many different concerns about the dangers of vaccines. Usually such concerns are without warrant. The group of scientists from PHAC-CIHR Influenza Research Network write, "However, serious local reactions do leave a long-lasting unpleasant memory and could reduce uptake of the vaccine in subsequent years. People in small towns and local areas are more prone to hear about fellow citizens experiencing adverse effects of the immunizations. Although such cases are a rarity and seldomly physically affect a large group of people, also people will have concern no matter how much testing is done to prove the safety." Despite the experience gathered on nearly 40,000 individuals who were vaccinated in clinical trials, there were public concerns regarding the safety of the AS03 vaccine. Safety can be proven time and time again, and people will still reject to take vaccines in fear of negative side effects. Rarely do people actually do the required research to become completely educated on the safety of vaccine. Furthermore, there are people who refuse to take vaccines simply because they are required to. Many of the people against vaccines are those who feel they should not have required immunizations to attend public and private schools. People are rebellious just to be rebellious. They do not like being told to do something, even if it could benefit them. Another concern about vaccines is the side effects associated with them. Side effects such as acute gastrointestinal bleeding, renal failure, and anaphylaxia have presented themselves in certain vaccine trials. A long list of side effects can serve away many potential vaccine takers. Many people do not consider how many lives vaccines save. They are unable to weigh the good and the bad and which is more prevalent. Local reactions, government mandated immunizations, and negative side effects are always concerns of people against the vaccine use. Many people ask themselves what they can do to help stay safe and healthy. The answer is simple, yet very few people actually come to it, and it is incredibly important to accept the administration of vaccines. The scientists at the CDC state, "A decision not to immunize a child involves great risk. It is It is vital that new parents make the decision to vaccinate their children. Not doing that can lead to many horrific, terrible diseases. Many parents have not seen or experienced any of these side effects of diseases they did not use to have a cure. They do not realize the risk and danger of how completely preventable diseases. Parents often believe that vaccines are not well tested and simply given out with people without constraint. The CDC writes, if any vaccine is found to cause health problems, the vaccine may be withdrawn and no longer given to patients. The Center for Disease Control has the authority and ability to remove the administration of any immunizations that could possibly be dangerous. Vaccines are given to millions of citizens every decade. The amount of cases with a rising adverse effects is less and less every year. The actual danger of contracting a virus from a vaccine is next to none. Before vaccines, people have little protection against disease. Before vaccines, over 500,000 Americans contracted a preventable disease each year, and about 500 of those infected were unable to survive the disease. Parents do not realize how many lives are saved each year by the vaccines. They put their children's lives at risk without thinking about the consequences. Rarely do they actually strive to find the proper information regarding vaccine safety. Clearly, the amount of lives saved by vaccines and the risk of not giving children vaccines proves that the vaccines are crucial and both safe.